Hello everybody! alphaGalaxyy here, and today I'm going to go over how to make money in Heartopia. I know there's a lot of different ways. Today I'm going to focus on cooking, how to maximize your profit in cooking specifically, because I saw a lot of comments out there in the community that were kind of deceptive, talking about how certain recipes make a lot, and they don't. So I'm going to save you guys some time and resources, and also show you the breakdown of profit for each recipe and where to find the ingredients. Ooh, what's that cute little bro? Don't mind. Whoop, okay. Anyway, so let's get into it. Here we go. So here is the forest island, and you can find very rare black mushroom truffles here. They look like little dirt piles, and those are going to be used to make these recipes, especially some of the more expensive ones that make the most money. There we go. They have a bit of a cooldown, so I try to prioritize this when I first started to make my rounds here, or even just like pick them and then go do something around the house or make some lunch. Whatever you need to do to work it into your little routine, but it's definitely worth having a bunch of these. There we go. Make a bunch of money. And again, you can see they look like little dirt piles. Alright, now that we got these ingredients, let's go cooking. Alright, so let's talk about the crops real quick. We're going to need wheat for some of these recipes, and wheat sells for $2.85. So once you cook with that wheat, you already lost 285 gold from your net profit. Now, lettuce, you can buy the seeds for 145, and you can sell them for 425 gold. So you get like maybe 280 back in profit, which is great. However, it takes 8 hours to grow. So for me, I like to grow those at nighttime before I go to bed, and then I'll throw some extra fertilizer on it so I get double the profit or the boost and the extra money as well. And then during the day, I grow all of this wheat every 4 hours because it's only half the time, and with what we're using it for, with the truffle recipe, we will be making twice as much money than we would have been if we waited the 8 hours for the lettuce. So even though you can only grow so much wheat in a time, this has been my cycle that I've been doing for growing to be able to maximize my profit and my time. Because if I'm sleeping and I can't, obviously attend to my wheat, then it doesn't make sense to plant wheat then, because I'm only going to get one round of wheat in an 8-hour period. Especially if you had to go to work, plant it in the morning before work, harvest it when you come home. Harvesting the lettuce in that way is going to be probably more profitable than planting wheat and then trying to do the recipes. But then like once you're home, you have 4 hours for bed, harvest your wheat. As you can see, those cycles are going to yield you a lot more gold over time than, just planting lettuce. So anywho, we're going to need wheat for this recipe. One thing that you can also do along the way is get these ingredients, which are super simple. You could activate all of them to get everything from it, but if you want to be really quick, you could always just tap it once, and you'll get the blueberries, as well as the mandarins. So one trick while you are cooking is to use 3 stoves. I know some recipes are a little involved with the clicking, but these I'm going to show you are not. They're pretty simple. However, for the more involved recipes, you could always use 2. But for this one, I'm just going to show you 3. So I'm going to be making the black truffle pie. We're going to go over here. It's right there. Start again. Start again. Now, notice I'm way over here. All I have to do is click that. I don't actually have to physically move my character. The game will move the character for me. So I don't have to like walk over here and then click it. So if I'm all the way over here, I can just click from here and it will walk down for me. I have found that to be really helpful when doing these cooking adventures. Ooh, a 3-star, nice. Because it's just that much easier to move around. Also, know that the recipes up here are recently used. If you want a specific recipe, you come down here to find it, and then it will also prompt back up there. Another great recipe to do that only takes one, I would say, is the jams and the mushrooms. We'll just make one of these. I'll do kind of one of each so you can see the difference. There we go. Cool. Most of the mushroom recipes, though, only take one click, which I love. There we go. And if you don't feel comfortable using 3, you can see here that 2 is pretty easy. Nice! 3-star! Okay, well now that you know how to cook quickly, let's break down the recipes so you can see how much profit you'll be making from each one. Alright, so here I'd like to show you guys the breakdown of a spreadsheet that I made, showing the true cost of what each recipe is actually making you for gold. I saw a lot of comments online that were telling people to make fish and chips, and as you can see, that is the least profitable item here. It's going to cost you, and keep in mind, I used the cheapest fish, which was 50 gold each. A lot of the other fish is worth a lot more. If I use 75 gold, if I picked the wrong fish, because I don't know all of the values off the top of my head, I would have lost money on this recipe. So keep that in mind. The cheesecake I thought was going to be great. It sells for 480 gold or something like that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a bunch, and I only made 45 gold from it. And also with the fish and chips, the breakdown is 180 is what it cost for the 2 potatoes, and then 100 gold for the fish, and that's how I got the 30 gold profit. And again, if the fish cost more, you're going to lose money there. Smoked bagel was another one I heard online people talked about, and were like, oh yeah, I made a lot of money off the smoked bagel. It sells for like almost 500 gold, and I'm like, you're only making 55 gold on it. After the cost that you could have sold your, everything for, the breakdown, without even cooking, you walk away with 50 gold. So just something that I really wanted to share with you all, because some of these recipes were really deceptive. Now, again, apple mandarin jam, grilled mushrooms, blueberry jam, these are the ones that you're going to want to prioritize on your day-to-day when you're out and about just frolicking around. You can get tons of these. Even the grilled mushrooms, you could do a bunch of mushroom runs first, let it reset one, then do some apple and mandarin, but these are going to give you a lot of money. And then I showed you where to get the truffles. The truffle pie comes from the gossiping quest. You can talk to the chef, do the gossip quest, he'll send you out to the forest, and in return he'll give you the truffle pie recipe. Now that is the biggest profiter right there. Now this is why I said this recipe requires you to use 1 wheat, which is 285 gold when you sell it. Yeah. And then so this is where making this with your wheat is going to net you 300 gold each recipe versus the lettuce, which was like maybe 280 per lettuce that you sell. And that's where I was saying that this will give you double the money over time, because wheat takes 4 hours versus 8. The black truffle cream pasta, here's another one, sells for 900 gold, and I was like, oh wow, 900 gold, this is gonna be great, I must have made a lot. And I did the math and I made 181, less than the truffle pie. And this takes a little bit more ingredients too, only to make one, so that was a little unfortunate. So based off this data that I've collected, the biggest money makers that you can do to make your pockets a little bit more richer is going to be your truffle pie. And if you don't have that unlocked yet, that's okay. Focus on making the apple and mandarin jam, your grilled mushrooms, and your blueberry jam. One little piece, a little nugget I liked, the coffee. Now, you can go buy all the coffee and the milk, do 2 coffees, 2 milks, and you will net 90 gold for each recipe you make. This is super quick to do. It costs gold initially, but you'll make it all back. Really quick recipe, it will level up your cooking really fast, and just something I wanted to point out, because as far as like getting things over time, because I know the truffle pie takes 4 hours to get the wheat, but this is a nice, easy little thing to grab if you want a little bump in cash. Next, I want to show you guys that all of this data is based off of my level 3 cooking. And even though you can unlock things later on, just looking at the different benefits that you get, nothing really shows a decrease in cost for the ingredients. However, you can get like better quality foods later on, and that's just going to give you even more profit. So just keep in mind that this, even though I'm only level 3, it's all based off your base ingredients. So even recipes later on, it's still going to be based ingredients. So I believe that these recipes are still going to be top tier even later on in your cooking adventure, and they're only going to get more profitable with the 5-star food opportunity. So now that you know how to make a bunch of gold, there is this really cute kitchen set right now in the limited time festival. It's all on sale. I'm sure you can get it later on, but I wanted to make sure to show you this. Head over to the planet, time limited festival, go to purchase, and these items are all with in-game gold. You do not have to pay real money for this. Head over to the furniture store, and you can see here that you can purchase them, each at different one. And some of them are a bit expensive, but you'll be making quite a lot of gold from your cooking, so it's definitely worth it in my opinion to pick this set up, and it's super cute. So you can make over your kitchen as well as being an awesome cook. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that was really helpful. I hope you guys leave here a little bit richer and a little bit more informed. I just didn't want you guys doing all this hard work cooking for all these recipes, trying to make money, feeling like you made money, but in the end, really not making too much. So I hope this was helpful. Good luck out there. Enjoy all of the bountiful gold your heart could ever imagine. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube here for future content. And if you want to catch out my live streams, you can follow me here on Twitch as well. Thank you all so much.